Hey guys, this is UTV Stereo. We're going to show you our second battery kit for the Can Am X3. This is going to be an install video, so let's show you what we're going to do here. Alright, we're going to be adding a second battery to this X3 on an isolated system. You're going to notice in that top left corner we already pre-installed the Isolator solenoid. And we've loosened up bolts and stuff for the video just to kind of get through this as soon as possible. We really want to show you guys the wiring trick of what we got going on here. So removing the stock battery is pretty simple. You just unbolt the stock mount, take your terminals off, take the stock battery out and put it aside for now. You'll notice what we did here before the video. You have two wires going to the stock terminal with the boot. What we did is we separated those and we attached our ring terminals, which are supplied in our kit, with heat shrink. And essentially what you're trying to do is separate those two wires. One goes to the starter, the other one goes to the factory bus bar, which is right here. That guy right there. That's going to become our hub for our second battery for all your aftermarket wiring, including your stereo, your lighting, anything aftermarket is going to want to go to that factory bus bar. So what we're doing right now, we're connecting the starting battery feed to the stock battery. Essentially what we're trying to do is use our stock battery for starting and our new secondary PowerCell for our aftermarket equipment on the isolated system. Power terminal is going to go to the isolator. The isolator has no in or out. It's just simply those two larger posts there are what are connecting the batteries when the isolator is energized, and then disconnecting the batteries when the isolator is not energized. The isolator gets energized by the two smaller posts, which is going to be the blue and the black harness. We'll show you more of that here in a second, but that's when the isolator gets energized, it connects those two larger posts together, which in turn connects your batteries together. Obviously you can see the battery now goes in at a 90-degree angle to leave us the footprint for our new secondary battery. So we're going to add our second battery, the PowerCell, which comes included with our kit. The power wire you're going to want to hook up to this one is the power feed that runs to that factory bus bar we just looked at. And obviously the supplied jumper power cables are where they're going to be connected to the isolator. So basically the way our second battery kit works, it's pretty simple. When the key's off, the batteries are disconnected, meaning the isolator has not been energized. So with everything wired to your bus bar, which is in turn wired to your second battery, it's in its own world. It's not draining the stock battery. So when you're parked with the key off, you can run your stereo, leave your lights on, do whatever you want to do off that second battery. And your stock battery is essentially not connected to that system, and it's waiting ready to go to start the machine and supply all your aftermarket equipment while you're driving. We prefer a dual battery isolated system, mainly because you can run the battery till it dies with your stereo, and then always be able to hop in the car and go and keep your voltage up with that stock battery that's sitting there waiting, fully charged, ready to go. A lot of guys ask about running like a single, larger deep cycle battery, like an Odyssey, for example. They're great batteries, but when you drain down your one and only battery, you're just asking for problems. They're hard to jump start. And you start your car, your battery's dead as a doornail. Now your lights are flickering, your stereo's cutting out. It's hard on the vehicle. where you don't have to worry about that with the second battery system, because you've got that stock battery in there charged, ready to keep things alive. The ground's pretty simple. You're just going to connect those together with the supplied ground jumper cable that we include. A lot of guys ask us about battery maintainers, if they're going to need one or two. You will need two battery maintainer chargers for this system, because at rest with the key off, the batteries are disconnected. So if you're charging one, you won't be charging the other. We definitely highly recommend, it's basically a must-have in our opinion for any side-by-side, single battery, dual battery, to have some type of a charger maintainer. You always want to keep your batteries highest voltage possible. It's the healthiest way to take care of your batteries, and every time you discharge a battery, you're taking away its storage capacity and its long-term life. So keeping your batteries up and running and charged and used or on a maintainer is always going to be the best way to extend their life and get maximum performance. So you can see now we've got everything in there. All our wiring's intact, the grounds are hooked together. You can see on the isolator the positive feeds go into each battery. We supply a new mounting plate for the dual batteries. Slides right into the stock location. There's one hole that goes in the bottom right there. We pre-drilled it before the video just to make it easier on us, but you just drop the nut and bolt in there, or the bolt in the washer, and then the nut goes on underneath. Pretty straightforward. And then let's kind of show you guys where the blue and black wire are going to go to the bus bar. Come over here. Now those go to the bottom smaller two posts of the isolator itself. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but that's what's actually going to trigger the isolator. There's no correct left or right or positive or negative feed. You're basically just putting accessory on one side, ground on the other. So on the bus bar you can see blue's going to go to your accessory feed, but you're going to know that by this smaller wire connected to it. Black's your ground. This one protected in aluminum, you can follow it back all the way to the second battery. That's going to be your constant power feed. So once the blue and black wires are hooked up, you're going to hear the isolator energize when you push the ignition on, and then when the ignition shuts off, you'll hear it click again, de-energizing, which is disconnecting the battery terminals. But that's basically it. You got your second battery kit. There we go. You can see the isolator. Kind of hard to tell, but you got the blue and black wires running back there. This pigtail's long enough for a 4-seater, or you will have to shorten it slightly for the 2-seater. But there it is. It keeps the factory fit and finish. You don't lose any movement of the seat whatsoever, and it's that simple. Again, we're UTV Stereo. We're in Arizona. We stock these kits. We ship them across the country. You can see them on our website at utvstereoaz.com, but call us, message us on Facebook. Let us know if you got any questions, and check out all our product and our stereo kits and backup cameras, speaker pods, sub boxes. We got all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.